Hey, Instagram fam. Okay, I got a question last week on a one of my questions of the day that I do daily, and it was a response to one of my sticker questions that I posted, which is around what are the stories you're. Hey, Instagram fam. Okay, I got a question last week on a one of my questions of the day that I do daily, and it was a response to one of my sticker questions that I posted, which is around what are the stories you're telling yourself that's holding you back from actually moving your business forward? So I got a bunch of responses, but and I will definitely try to address each one of those. But I wanted to start with one that I got, which is actually a very telling yourself that's holding you back from actually moving your business forward. So I got a bunch of responses, but and I will definitely try to address each one of those. But I wanted to start with one that I got, which is actually a very common story and belief that a lot of people hold that holds them back and keeps them limited from actually moving their business forward. The story is, I don't know how to close a sale. Okay? It can also sound like I don't know how to sell, I don't know how to convert, I don't know how to get people to. Story is, I don't know how to close a sale. Okay? It can also sound like I don't know how to sell, I don't know how to convert, I don't know how to get people to invest in me. It can come in any sort of varieties like that. But the essence of it is, I don't know how to get a sale. I don't know how to close that conversation. I don't know how to actually move someone who is potential client. Today I'm going to give you 3 very specific, tangible things that you can do if you are feeling stuck and limited by this belief system. And I think the first thing I have to say is that it is just that. It's a belief system, it's a limiting belief, it's a mindset shift that needs to be made, because no one is born knowing how to sell, right? It's something that is learned, and it does take time, and it takes the right strategies that feels good for you, that you can apply and make your own. What I say is, you have to be sold on the thing you are selling, okay? Number 1, you have to be 1000% sold on whatever service or product it is that you are selling. If you're not sold on you and you're not sold on the thing you are selling, it's going to be very hard for you to sell that, right, to someone else. It's going to be very hard for someone to want to buy from you. I want you to consider, are you 1000% sure and confident and sold on the thing you're selling? If your answer is no, then you know that's the work that needs to be done. You need to reconnect with whatever it is, the service or product that you're selling, and you need to really, really get to that point where you can confidently sell that like it is oxygen and it's needed for survival, right? If you are confident and you are sold on the product that you're selling and the service that you're selling, but you still don't feel like you can convert, or the story is still in your mind that you can't convert, it's more than likely stemming from evidence of the past, evidence of maybe trying to sell before, trying to convert and trying to close on a sale before, and you haven't had that much luck or success with it. So that's the evidence that your brain is building up, that's creating that story that you don't know how to sell. So we know that maybe there's something that needs to be addressed in terms of your strategy, right? In terms of how it is that what I want you to do is actually pay attention to how you're showing up on those sales calls, right? If you take notes, I want you to really almost think of yourself as a third party looking in, and pay attention to that. And you have to, a big part of business is testing and tweaking. Testing and tweaking the things that are working and that are not working. So what are the parts of your sales calls that you know are working, right? And what are the parts that are not? So you've got to be willing to take a look at it from an objective standpoint and test and tweak to get the support and actually close more of your sales calls, okay? All right, so quick recap. The first thing was being 1000%, being absolutely sold on the thing you're selling. The second thing was testing and tweaking, paying attention, and get the support to help you strengthen the areas that you know you feel not so strong in so that you can close more of those sales calls, okay? The third thing is finding a way to make closing. When you know you're selling in a way that aligns with your values and aligns with your strengths, hands down, selling becomes easier. Hands down, you close so much easier. I am so confident and I am so sure of this, okay? So you've got to find a way to make the sales process and make closing feel really authentic and good for you. So the sale is a story you've been telling yourself. The three areas and the three things I want you to look at is making sure and reconnecting and making sure you're 100% sold on the thing you're selling, testing and tweaking your existing. The sale is a story you've been telling yourself. The three areas and the three things I want you to look at is making sure and reconnecting and making sure you're 100% sold on the thing you're selling, testing and tweaking your existing. Are taking actions that feel good and feel aligned. Guess what? You're more likely to succeed and win at those things, right? So those are my three things for you. I do hope it was helpful. Again, if you know this is something you're struggling with, feel you selling, right? And let's address that. Let's address that from the perspective of mindset. Let's address that from strategy, and let's address that from how are you executing on your sales calls, right? Book in a complimentary sales strategy assessment call. The link is in my bio. I have limited spots available, but I am taking those calls for the month of July. Sales strategy assessment calls. Link is in my bio. If you have any questions on that, feel free to DM me. Thanks. Bye.